Like another rookie of the year, huh? All right. Well, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, but real quick, I got inspired. Anybody inspired at all by what you're hearing? So in the back, I'm a yellow notepad guy, and I wrote out this. I came up with an entire plan, just invented it back there in the back row. It's called the 1% Club. How's that sound? Does that sound good to anybody? So if you'd like to be a part of the 1% Club, I'm going to offer you a chance to come to my well, I will tell you this. It's about giving. And so I'm all hot into Forward Edge. If you know Forward Edge, you all have this postcard at your deal. And some of you already give and some of you don't. But these are children that they save in Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Haiti, they do stuff here in Puerto Rico. They're actually in 30 countries worldwide. And every year they literally rescue over 30,000 children, men, women, families. And so there's a QR code on the back. If you scan it with your phone, you have the opportunity to donate $100 a month. What's $100 a month to you? Probably not much. Maybe for some of you it is a lot, right? But the best time to give is when you don't have it. Because when you do have it, if you don't give when you don't have it, you won't give. So if you'll give and change the life of children at risk and women at risk and families, even men have issues and they need help, right? If you'll be a part of this, everyone write down this number. You ready? 35, everyone write down. 3524. Who knows what the significance of that number? That is my presidential suite number. Now, you're not going to charge everything for the next 2 days to $35.24. I will read my bill, and I will deny you left and right, and they will find you on their private cameras. But that is my suite number. So tonight at 8:30, if you'd like to come to my presidential suite, it'll hold all of you, no problem. It's like, we walk around like, babe, where are you? This is like half the size. But it's fun. And so I'm going to do a 30-minute thing tonight for the 1% Club. And basically, this is everyone that's committed to be in Kapalua, Maui next January, 2023. You have to have 20 FLQAs. You have to have 100 in your group. 100 in your group with 20 FLQA basically means you make $80,000 a year. $80,000 a year, if you divide it by 12, is well over $6,000 a month. Is that going to make your house payment, yes or no? So I want you to be able to make your house payment, possibly your house and your car payments. Just get it done in the next 12 months. But the cool thing is, the following year, that group of 100 will be 500. And 500 year two, write this down, is $400,000 a month. A year. $400,000 a year. If you divide that by 12, it's $33,333 a month. That's what it is. 400,000 divided by 12. I did it back there. $33,333 a month. How many of you can pay your bills with $33,000 a month? Yes or no? So it's not the $80,000 a year, because you're all big baller real estate agents. You're like, $80,000 a year divided by 12 is like $6,500 a month, whatever it is. That's not it. Like, I could sell a home and make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. No, it's the foundation for the $33,000 a month. And then the next year, $66,000 a month. And then the next year, $100,000. Or if you really want to hit the gas, like I'm going to teach you at the 1% Club, 17 months to $125,000 a month. Not 4 years to $100,000 a month. Could you even imagine that? I didn't believe it for me either till it happened. And then 8 months later, $200,000 a month. And then a year and 3 months later, $350,000 a month, like Jay. Jay's doing exactly what I did. And then the next year just jumped $400,000 a month for the heck of it, went right to $750 a month. Who wants to have the $400,000 a month, not a year jump? Anybody? And then it went to $850. Then it went to over $900,000 a month. Now, I haven't had $1 million month yet. Everyone say, okay? But the 1% Club is about changing the lives of people around you, and it's about changing the lives of those you love most, your family. And it's about giving. So if you'll give $100 a month to this, I don't need your money. I want you to give your money to this. If you'll do that today, even if you already give, maybe add 100 to it. But you could be a part of the 1% Club. We will meet every month, every week on a Zoom for 30 minutes. And I have a whole list of crazy stuff. And basically tonight, I'm going to try to scare you to not be a part of my 1% Club. because you're going to be the upper 1%. You're going to do legacy things for your grandkids' kids. It's going to be pretty crazy. But we're going to lay out what James and I did that was so absolutely like, here it is. You want to have what we have, then do what we did. And here's what we did. And you can, are you with me? So whoever I'm talking to, if there's 10 of you in my room tonight, if there's 5 of you in my room tonight, I'll see you at 8:30, 35, 24, and I have a whole list of all the fun things. By the way, out of my 1% club, I'm going to pick a Rookie of the Year. Dave Kennard and I in the back go, that's good. Why didn't we do that? I go, man, I've never been the Rookie of the Year. I think I would have got that my first year at DXP. So if you want, I'm going to pick a Rookie of the Year out of my 1% club. I'm going to pick a Most Improved. I'm going to pick a Quantum Leap Award and kind of a coach's pick, just someone I don't know, they have a crazy tear-jerking story. And then I'm going to fly all 4 of you first class, I don't care where you live, Canada, East Coast, all the way to Kapalua, Maui, first class. You ever flown first class? I didn't do it till I was like 53 years old. Now I tell Kathy, wait till there's a first class ticket or we're not going. How'd you like to be that spoiled? Like if we're not flying first class, we're not going. And it better be the lay down ones with the button. And you're like a lowrider. Hello, can you go? Hey, what's up? ¿Qué pasa? You lay there. It's like you could lay flat, go. You wake up places. Who wants to be a lowrider in a dreamland? Like never mind. So all you have to do is scan the QR code and give to Forward Edge that rescues children. In Nicaragua, there's the largest trash dump in the world, and people discard their children with the trash, and they're abandoned orphans scampering over a 50-mile trash dump. They rescue them. It's a worthy $100. So that's my entrance fee to my 1% club if you want to be a part of that. And then we're going to get a little crazy tonight. It's only 30 minutes, by the way, at 8:30. Okay, and if it's the end of the 49er game, or I know the 49ers played last night. Oh my God, that's so awesome! Oh! If anybody watched it, you know I'm freaking out. I'm literally texting a pastor going, I'm depressed, pray for me. I'm like, this game sucks. And all of a sudden, I texted that, boom, 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 we won! It was like crazy. I thought there was no way. Okay. Our next speaker was one of those, not a hard no, but he told me no week after week, month after month. It felt like years. He swears it was only 18 months. But he was like, yes, no. Yes, not yet. Okay, I'm coming, wait. After this, I'm coming. Yes, no. Because Keller Williams kept making him a one-thing trainer, and then a trainer for Bold, and a trainer for this, and then they gave him places to go. They promoted him because he's a talented guy, and his heart is to change lives. And so if he came to XP, he'd lose all that backing, and he was really fulfilled going around training at the different market centers. But after a year and a half, he too found B. Gove irresistible. No, it was actually my cologne. No, it was the model. It just made too much sense. He's watching a girl. I'll let him tell you his story. But it basically tortured me, okay? He's a domestic terrorist. He tortured me. And but we're excited to have you here, Joey Satariano. Give him a hand, everybody.
I got him. Wow. Let's give Brent another round. Boy, I'm so honored to be here. I mean, really, it's just the talent that's here, and I'm just excited to be here, and I'm hoping to share some ideas with you today that just might have a shift, right? So let me start out with my story. As the clicker here. Perfect, my journey. I've been in real estate for about 19 years. I came from Nordstrom's department stores. I was there for 15 years. They basically raised me as a kid for 15 years old and learned service and everything like that. And real estate kept tugging at me. And 19 years later, I was just loved it. It was awesome. And then it started getting burned out. You know, I started out with Remax, me, 90 pounds, a little more. I'll tell you a little more about my story. But I started out with Remax. I was there about 5 years. My production got to around 3 million, and Keller Williams just kept knocking on my door. And Brent doesn't even know this, but I went to Keller Williams because Brent went to Keller Williams. And I went to Keller Williams, and they really helped me with my production and just kept going up. And it was a journey, but I just started getting really burnt out. I mean, it was just, you guys know that. I was stuck in the transactional treadmill. just going from 10 deals to 20 deals to 30 deals, you know what I mean? And just, and then having my lifestyle catch up and noticing that I even had to sell like 25 deals just to pay my bills. You guys know that, right? And then my course correction came. I use the word course correction because I believe that we're driven either by inspiration or by course corrections, right? Course corrections are very painful. For me, my course correction was, after selling 133 homes in 1 year, it was the most money I ever made, right? But I was actually the poorest that I ever was, right? I mean, it really got to the point where I didn't have any time with my family, didn't have any time with my kids, gained 90 pounds, like you said. I was a spokesman for the Michelin Man, the tire guy. That was a joke. You guys are supposed to laugh at that. And then, I had no time with my family, but the hardest thing was I thought I was doing everything right, I went from being a single guy to being married and having 3 children, right? Working my tail off all the time. And I thought I had it right, but the thing was, I was like, man, is this really success? And then because of Brent and his tenacity, it really, he just kept loving on me, no matter what it was, as they were saying it earlier. No matter what, he's like, hey, no, I'm not gonna come. Oh, no problem. I'll take you, come out to dinner, come out to coffee, you know what I mean? Whatever it was, he just kept loving on me. And he's really inspired me throughout that time. And following my divorce, I was a single dad. I mean, literally, I was going around with my son in like a car seat, right? Changing diapers on the conference tables at Keller Williams when no one else was looking. I was so committed. And the thing was, just for my love for my son and where it was like a reason for me to keep going. And now I'm on the other side. 1.5 years later, boom, because of Brent kicking and screaming, I came over to EXP. And it's been amazing. You guys can clap at that, by the way. But I share that story because I think if we remember and we understand the reason why we came over here, right, and we relive that reason why and that desire and the people that loved on you, then I think it makes agent attraction that much more. It almost becomes that moral obligation. So that's why I share that with you. So I currently have an amazing team with 5 agents. We do a sizable amount of business. And I work Monday through Friday. I do not work nights. I do not work weekends. I don't show homes anymore. And I'm just really trying to pass the baton because this whole transaction part of it, I fell out of love with the transaction. I just did. I fell out of love with working with buyers. I fell out of love with working with sellers. And I realized the agent is an absolute amazing customer. And being from Nordstrom's, having the customer, making him first, it was huge. So that was a big turning point for me. And now I have an amazing wife. And my wife and I actually stand up, Sophia. This is my wife. You guys know Sophia. She's been absolutely incredible. Between her and I together, we built an organization of 157 agents. And it is 158, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to round out to 160. She goes, don't lie about your numbers. It's 157. So I want to share some ideas with you. So we're in 4 states and 3 countries, which is incredible, right? So I want to share some ideas with you that I think it's more mindset, right? You've heard a lot of strategies. I want to share with a little bit of mindset. And I believe the intention and the place you're coming from will really rub off on the people that you're talking to, okay? So number 1, how did I make it? How did I make the change? Number 1, I appointed a CEO, some core beliefs, and I'll share with you a little bit more. So who is my CEO? His name is Jesus Christ. Amen. And you guys can clap at that, by the way. He's the fabric. It's really, my faith is my fabric of who I am, right? I mean, I literally get up in the morning and I'm on my knees just praying for the needs and wants of my group, right? That's just where I start from. And I really, truly believe that. That's the first question I have. What value can I bring to my group? What do they need, right? I pray for their families, the health, restoration over their marriages and their finances. Guys, how many of you in this room know me? Right? That's who I am, right? So that's really where I spend the most of my time, guys. I mean, I really believe that that's where I'm drawing my strength, and that's why I've been able to do so much with the limited amount of skill set that I have. I literally pray for supernatural solutions for my group. And I'm going to tell you guys, How many of you in this room speak a lot? Right? Have you ever been in front of a room where something smarter than you came out of your mouth? And you've never read it anywhere, and no one's ever told you that? Guess what, guys? Those are supernatural solutions. Write this down, okay? When you turn yourself over to the service of other people, you will be given the right ideas in that moment to serve the person in front of you. Let me say that again. When you turn yourself over to the service of other people, the right ideas and approaches will show up in an instant in order for you to connect with those people. And I really believe that that's been a big part of why I've been able to do what I do. Second is my core belief, and Brent has really instilled this value in me. My core belief is really that love is a business strategy. It just is. I mean, Brent is a perfect example of that. So what I mean by love being a business strategy, it just means like how well are you at loving the people in the brokerage community, right? How well are you loving them? Like I said, Brent, if he didn't love on me for a year and a half, I probably still would have been stuck on the transactional treadmill, right? So that's important for you to realize that if you love, write this down, please. If you love your who is what? The agent. If you love your agent, if you outlove the brokerage community, if you're the one that's outloving the agent, you will win every time, right? Brent says it all the time. He says, you know what? I forbid you to come if you're happy where you're at, right? I'll help you. I'll continue inviting you to trainings. I'll do whatever I can to help you in your business, right? So love is a business strategy, and I would really take that to heart. So our goal, again, is to outlove the competition. And for those of you that know me, you realize that that really is the fabric of who I am. Most brokerages wait till someone threatens to leave for them to give the whole house away, right? Oh, I'll give you free, no fees. I'll give you a free cap. That's not, you know what that is? That's flat out manipulation, right? It's manipulation. So Brent has that awesome video about what it looks like breaking up with a broker. I tell them all the time, guys, now you tell them that, you tell your brokerage that you're leaving, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna roll out the red carpet. But just remember that you keep your eyes on the prize while you're making the shift. Is this good? Okay. We believe that inspiration and love is the cornerstone of everything that we do. And that's what we do in our community. Next core belief is always ask for help. I am blown away. Every time I call Brent, I ask for help, he's there, right? I met Gene at Gene is another one that's always there, always helping out. I met him in Cabo and made some connections with him. He's done 3-way calls. And I just always ask for help, guys. You're not doing this alone. Matter of fact, if you're not succeeding where you should be succeeding, it's because you're not asking for enough help, okay? More successful I become, I realize that I actually need more and more help. I want to take a moment to really, for us all to give Brent, James, Rob, and everyone to put the event on. Let's give them a warm hand. Come on. No, that's you. Yes. Thank you, Brent, James, Rob, all of you for what you've done and how much you've supported me. You've absolutely changed my life. And just think about the thousands of other people's lives that are changed. And thank you for what you do. Next, we formed a community. As Brent was saying, really the hardest part about me leaving Keller Williams is I really have a heart for training and changing lives. I really believe that the person that's in front of me, if I spend enough time with them, I'll change their life. Why? Because I'm willing to be transparent with them. I'm willing to love on them with where they're at. So because of that, we formed a community. And that community is called RETN Community. It stands for the Real Estate Training Network. So what I've done is I've done a lot of trainings. I've brought in top trainers. I have over 100 hours of pre-recorded trainings. So literally somebody can log on. Anybody in my group, it's free. They can log on. They can print a full manual, fill in the blank manual, and they can watch it in 30-minute segments. And I do that, and that's to support struggling agents, new agents. We also have a lot of top producers, so we do have listing success, buyer's mastery, not to replace what EXP is doing, but to add my personal value, and it really has made a huge difference. Annual events. I went to a mastermind with Brent. They did it. It was the Tahoe Mastermind in Donner. I literally left that training and I told Sophia, we need to do a training. So I literally did one 3 weeks after that event. Because what is it? You know, big decisions happen at big events, right? So that is one thing I encourage you is after all this, just make a big, uncomfortable decision when you leave here. And that was my first one. And that was last January. We had 29 people at the annual event. It was a Lake Tahoe Mastermind. We all had to wear masks. 29 was the most people that the hotel would even allow in there. And that was so great that we ended up doing one this year. And we sold 140 tickets this year for my second annual event. You guys can clap at that. And I called Brent and I said, Brent, I'm doing an event, please help me out. And Brent just helped me bring in, we had Sean Kokoska, we had Krista Mayshore, and we just did an amazing event. And I mean, everybody was touched. We all had amazing breakthroughs. So annual events really do help you guys out. It really is that soft recruiting. And I've just been modeling it after Brent. Obviously 140, and he had 6,200 in Dallas. I still got a long way to go, but I'm on my way. So annual events are really important because it helps with retention. So I really enjoy that and I recommend it. Monthly trainings, so I either have trainings that I bring people in, like I just brought in a boutique commercial brokerage. So I'm having my first commercial training. If you guys are in California, it's gonna be a commercial training. We're gonna have a panel at Placer County Association of Realtors, and we're gonna start building the commercial part of it. So monthly trainings are huge. And then meetings for our team and our group, we do it over Zoom every Wednesday. So that's important that, you know, I always share with someone, if you guys are struggling in your business, just invite them to the team meeting. So my group will send them, we'll talk a little about wins and you know, outside of what most brokerages don't do that, and it really helps your team, keep them motivated, keep them fired up. I'm often asked, what do you not like about EXP? And the one thing I share, there's nothing that I don't like about it. Can I tell you what concerns me? I tell this to even new recruits. What concerns me is we can set up the trainings, we can tell you where it is, but you have to show up, right? So having those regular gatherings are important. And lastly, we do bi-weekly 7 a.m. huddles, right? 7 a.m.'s early, right? I think it was Dave Kennard said he had this story about, you know, if a boat's sinking, right, who do you go after? You go after the people that are swimming towards the boat or the people that are swimming away from the boat, right? You guys know the answer to that. So if people are showing up to our meetings at 7 a.m., I know that they're motivated and they're excited, and that allows me to not offend anybody, but really to focus on the people that really want more out of their life. Okay, and then that's my beautiful wife, Sophia, and my kids. And our focus is really to stay on mission. So I really believe that we needed a mission statement. I'm just reading that book. It starts with Why by Simon Sinek. Who's read that book? That book is a game changer. I mean, literally, I started reading it. I mean, he gave me a left hook within the first 3 pages. And it just reinstills what it is. So I really feel like all of our organizations should have some kind of mission statement, give them a vision about, I think that's part of the value proposition, right? If you have a vision, what you want to do for your group, people either buy into that vision or they won't buy into that vision. And with my compelling story, my opinion of selling, you know, 133 homes, never done it, but watching how my life just really, you know, just took a spiral, right? So my thing is, what could I do to have an effect on my group, have an effect on their families? So we decided to have a mission statement. And our mission statement is, our mission is for our organization to be wealthy in all areas of their life so they can be free to create what? Free to create memories, free to, maybe it's books, maybe it's trainings, as Brent was talking about earlier with getting involved with the organization. It might be cause work. You know, I always encourage our group to say, you know, sometimes I tell my group, the one thing that might be holding you back is you might have to look past your real estate career. You might have to look past any of your financial needs. If you had all the money, what would you be doing? So I want them to really form a cause, something that really gets them up in the morning. So free to create, free to inspire, and free to love others with our time, our talents, and our treasures. I think it's important that if we can give them a mission statement to go after and they buy into it, it really is incredible. So, and our goal for 2022 is we are going to grow to 1,000 agents. So, any questions? Awesome. Oh, please.
When is the commercial event you're putting on at PCAR?
It's February 17th. And yeah, we're going to have like 6 panelists. And we're really going to give tools to the residential agent, where it's called expand your business through commercial real estate. We're going to give them like some competencies on how to have conversations about what it would look like getting into commercial. And obviously I'm helping my commercial agent that I brought on board. He's going to have 4 non-EXP agents on the panel. Give him a stage, right? Anyone else?
Clark, I'll get you more information about that.
Please. You have a question? One more time, buddy.
Can you share some numbers of how you're going to reach the 1,000 firms, like the time and generals wise?
You know, my organization grows from 8 to 11 people every month. And I hired a coach, and he said I need to get to around 21% growth rate every month. And that really, the first thing I'm going to do, I was just telling this to Sophia, is I want to rent a beautiful yacht in Lake Tahoe, and I want to bring all my leaders on it. The people that are really, going after it, and I really want to start pouring into them and just really building plans. One of the, and also promoting events. After every single one of my trainings, my huddles or whichever, I'm always promoting the events. Don is just, it was great to hear his story today. I saw him at the airport and I said, Don, what would you do differently, from this last event? What did you take from it? And he said, just inviting more people to events. So it's just a soft recruiting. What Brent teaches, let the people sponsor the people. So anyone else? Well, guys, thank you so much for your time.